Hello, I'm Heather Riley and welcome to today's math lesson for grade 6. My math tutorial videos are largely based on the curriculum found in the Math Focus textbooks, but the concepts and methods work no matter where you're doing your learning. You may know other methods for solving the same type of question, and that's terrific. Now let's get started on ratios. Today we're going to be taking a look at using a hundreds grid to describe a percentage. So in front of you, I have a couple different types of grids. This is one, these are tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. And all that means is that this represents one whole piece. This represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this whole one is divided into tenths. This whole one is divided into 100ths, and this whole one is divided into 1,000ths. So because we know that percentages are always out of 100, we are always going to use this 100s grid. So if we take a random percentage like 60%, and we know that a straight line is 10, then all we have to do is color in 60 of these little squares, or you can do it in rows counting by tens. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So that's 60% right there. So this is the percent symbol, and it means whatever it is out of 100. So what we've colored here is 60 out of 100 squares. So there were 100 squares total, that's the whole, and you've colored in 60 parts. 60 parts colored, and that's 60% of it colored in. Be very careful when you're coloring grids, guys, and I say this because I sometimes get students coloring things like this, like not very thoroughly. And the problem with this is that when you color this way, you're actually missing whole 100ths that are not touched at all with color and are not filled in. And that can be a really big problem, because if they're meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 50% here, and they've missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6, almost 7. They've missed 7 squares, then they're not showing me 50%. They're showing me only 43% here. It makes a big difference mathematically. So make sure when you color things in, you get right to the edges of each square and it's filled in solidly. This makes an even bigger difference when you get to a thousandths grid and you're missing whole tenths. That means that, or whole 100ths, that means you're missing 10 whole squares each one you miss. So just be very diligent in your coloring and make sure you do it nicely and neatly, because it is a different number you're showing if you scribble. Thank you. See you next time.